Speaker, in respect to demand number 45, which is archives. I've mentioned about failure to prevent misuse and fraudulent manipulation of archival documents contributing to spate of land fraud cases in Goa where original records are tampered or replaced with. आम्ही पळयला की 1950 and 1951 documents, mostly these documents, are the ones which are supposed to be, because books are missing there, or pages are missing from those books. Sogle record create kotate of 1950 and 51. And I think the government must come out clearly to specify those books and the pages which are missing. And warn the sub-registrars, because sale deeds, succession deeds, everything is being made in those years. In the archives, I will just inform Honorable Speaker, the Honorable Minister also, any book under the Portuguese system had an index at the back. And the index is not in the front, it is at the back, index astalo. So on that index, if you had say 70 entries, it means there are only 70 documents which are registered, because every document was written. If you don't find it amongst the 70, that means this document is replaced, misplaced or tempered. Or it is sought to be inserted. So please understand this. There are people who have got stamps, fake stamps of the archives department, and they have good handwriting. I suspect some ex-employees of the department who are helping in fabricating documents to create records. So this, I think the government has to take a strict action. I will also give Honorable Minister, I will give to you certain names which have come into my knowledge, which we believe are masterminds to do these kind of frauds, who we believe have got these seals and who are also experts in this handwriting. You can work on it and you can make sure that if you nab these people, I think this racket will stop. But I also say one thing, send a warning to the departments, wherever these books you have noted are tempered or suspected, ask them to make a reference to you when you are registering the documents on that aspect. Other thing, Honorable Speaker, whenever people go into the archives, they should have easy access to the archival documents. You can have a section where people can view and students can do research. And the price of that for students at least should have been less for research. Otherwise, if they pay at very high rates, it becomes prohibitive. Sometimes they collect the document, like I may collect certain books or certain, where I may require only 2 pages of that, but the whole document has to be collected. So therefore, I would request that some concession be made for the students, researchers, so that they can do that. Digitization, you are speaking, will take some more time. But I think if the process of digitization is just expedited, I think not only that records will be safe, records will not be tempered, but then it will be able to be protected also from this kind of frauds taking place. Also, my own experience has been that when I applied for my own birth certificate, my TIOR, I'm born in 66, but even the registers are there. It took about 7 days to get these documents. If I want it in a hurry, you can have a procedure. If somebody wants it fast, you can say urgent certified copy, whatever, charge him double if he's in a hurry. Otherwise, you can give him 7 days or 15 days, no problem. Even the courts do this. So you can have this. So you can have this fist. Why? Huh? Then also, in the interest of the department, you should have a catalog of all these things which are there, which catalog also should be available online. So I don't have to keep on checking every document, but I can check the catalog. And then I may say, all right, this document pertains to me or my family, or I'm interested in this one, and I may ask for it. Otherwise, it becomes, I have to hire somebody else who will probably read it. Unlike people like me who can read Portuguese, everybody cannot read Portuguese. So therefore, there will be the problem when they go there, they're totally stuck. And then you have to keep engaging these kind of agents who will come and do the work for you. And I think you can reduce this or avoid these people being there. I also ask the Honorable Speaker to kindly take note my request to the Honorable Minister about having sufficient translators. We need to have translators who know the Portuguese language, because many documents and property records are in Portuguese. Then we have got births, deaths, and so many things which are in Portuguese. It's not depending on a religion, everybody's properties. Then also, Marathi, we should have specialists. It's not that I speak and therefore I'll get it. It's not that way. You have to have specialists for that. These are the basic languages. English everybody speaks, so it's not a big problem. English should be more the modern records. So as far as archives is concerned, this is what I would respectfully submit. Now, as far as social welfare, only one thing is generally we are satisfied, but sometimes there's a delay in releasing of the payments. So if people don't get, sometimes they keep phoning to say that it didn't come on 2nd or 3rd or 4th, and people are anxious, especially those who need this kind of these pensions or these grants being given by the government. एक भुरगो म्हाका कालविनचो म्हाका सांगला तो शोराव सायडीन वयता म्हूण पणजे वयता आनी म्हाका सांगला सर ते सांगपा लागले टिकट 200 रुपये म्हणून तो स्टुडंट मोटरान गेला आनी ते टिकट कलेक्टरान सांगला गोंयकार देखून 150 त्या म्हणून सांगला ताका बाबा म्हाका 150 ना म्हाका 100 आहा त्या म्हळें बरें 100 दी आनी 10 टिकट 10 रुपयाचे दिले ताका आतां तूं चिंत दुसरे दीस हांवें आयकलां ते रिड्यूस केल्ले म्हूण सो हांवूच गेलो मागीर एक दिसा चोवपाक मागीर कोणें सांगलें म्हाका कित्याक आमगे टिकट गेली ना सो हांवें विचारलां मागीर तुमी कितले चार्ज कोत्तात मागीर ते म्हणलें 30 रुपये 30 रुपये इज नॉट अ बिग प्रॉब्लम दॅट्स नॉट अ दिस थिंग वीच आय एम सेंग बट वाय आय एम सेंग आनी एक पाटी राती गेलो तेन्ना हांवें रो फेरी चोयली ना हांवें आमगे पोन्ने फेरी चोयली थिंग हांव नेणा आतां राती चोलनात जाल्यार सो बिकॉज आय थॉट आय फिनीश अ फंक्शन हांव थिंग वयतलो पूण ते फकत दुसरी फेरी आशिल्ली If you want to have Ro-Ro ferry, I'm not opposed to Ro-Ro ferry. I would say it's very nice and convenient. And if I would suggest you give both options. Kityak, the people who want to travel in a non-luxury vehicle, let them travel cheap. Who want luxury, let them pay and go in luxury. Probably they will also get speed. And it's not that you don't have ramps over there. I can understand practical difficulty astole, but you have, and it can be accommodated. So therefore, I'm requesting that as far as this, so we should not have complaints that you are bringing Ro-Ro ferry, and I'm talking Marok Zale. Imagine a student paying 100 rupees one way and 100 rupees another way. It becomes prohibited. What about a working person? That also will be very high on him, because today's salaries are not so high as which you. The tickets I will give you, so you will see them in sequence. So it's not that it was taken on this day and that day. So you'll see the running number of the tickets which they charge 100 rupees, 10 tickets. So you will clearly know this. I'm not saying that, I'm not knowing whether it was a notified rate or whether it's a non-notified rate. I don't know. But because no rate can be charged unless it's notified. So being a new ferry, someone taking advantage, maybe the operator is taking advantage to make more money, faster time, we don't know. I'll just finish. In archaeology, I have spoken on failure to timely execute conservation and restoration projects despite budget allocation, several proposals pending. This one, particularly in Salatoka, Kurzwein Fort, before I got elected, starts zalle. It was supposed to be within 2 years of my election, 2023. Kenna yopa ashille. Aish pasun na, and every time mak answer kite, te fator na muntinga galpa. I think you should take action, replace that contractor and get somebody else, because if he cannot supply, and also take action to debar him. Don't use him. Now that day I saw Delilah and Michael Lobo making a demand of a Shapora fort. Teka annaka, te and start kotla bon kotolo. So please don't bring such kind of characters. I also make one suggestion. तुमको उगडास आसा आमचे ई फोर्ट आसा तो हिंगा रेज मागूस फोर्ट It was done up by Lady Hamlin Trust along with Intak. Tenna Mario Miranda Monashilla, Mugesoeroto Meloto, but you know, the famous cartoonist. So he was connected, and Intak members are here also, still there. They will always be happy to, because your archaeology is not only preservation but also conservation. So in conservation, if you can get these kind of people, non-profit, and they didn't ask you anything. They didn't say, we will run it, we will charge fees. So please consider whether you can approach these kind of people so that they can do the restoration at no cost to the government, because finally these are heritage monuments, we need to protect them. There is now demand number 89, empowerment of persons with disabilities. First, I wish to congratulate you on your Purple Fest. Your Purple Fest has been really very good, and it is very moving when one goes to that Purple Fest and sees those special children, the Divyangs as you call them, and the way that even the people assisting give them support and cooperation is very, very touching, and I must compliment you for having done that initiative, and it is being going on very well. But only one small thing which I have is, Kenna Burgenche disability hatanna, and there's a certification to be done of disability. There are two stages. One is the preliminary. Magi ani somuna niyam untat and then take a final certificate. My only request is that I can understand, because you all want to assess whether this disability is permanent or temporary. I can understand that part. But until that time, the child cannot get the benefit because the disability certificate is not there. Probably some disabilities are temporary disabilities, some are permanent disabilities, but you cannot wait till the certificate comes to say no admission in this school because you are still not certified as a disabled child or special child. So please consider this, because that identification, because I also understood when I spoke to the specialist said this is the procedure, and I know you can't tell someone jump the procedure and do something fast like this when it is in a system. And there are the parameters under the checklist which you have to finish. So this is what I wanted to say. So with this, as time is short, I said only and highlighted the most important ones. I'm obliged.
तुम्ही पळयतात GNH.